difference between big-time people and small-time people is big-time people get scared just like everybody else does. They just don't contract. When I coach big-time people, when they get scared, they do not contract and retreat. What they do is double down. Good coach will have conversations with you that you don't want to have. They'll make you do some things you don't want to do, but they will help you become something you did not think you could become. Do you have a person in your life right now who will have hard conversations with you that you don't want to have? Challenge you to do things you don't want to do. Push you beyond where you currently are. Because if you don't, here's what we do. We contract. We get static. Now, I can't help you until you commit. But once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. So are you in or out? I challenge people, but I do it in a positive way. What good is it to have skill with no desire? That's body with no heart. What good is it to have heart with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge with no confidence? And I tell people, when you work with me, it's not going to be a game changer. It's going to be a life changer. Guys, if you're here tonight, you're watching either on Facebook or here. We had over 290 people register for tonight's webinar. Number one, I want to thank you. The webinar is called Flip the Switch, how to activate and reactivate your prey drive every single day. I'm at my house, my 9-bedroom house down in Seaside, Florida, where we do lots of events and lots of retreats. It's fall break this week, so we got a lot of family members and a lot of youngins here, a lot of kids running around. So it's been a lot of fun, but I wanted to bring you a very special concept. I want to tell you right out of the gate tonight, we're going to make a real simple offer. I've never told people at the front of the webinar, but I'm going to make it public to you tonight. We're going to, October 29th, I'm going to be doing a full day. And on October 29th, I'm going to be breaking down my entire growth system, a system I've been working on really for 18 years. A system I use to routinely get a person a 30 to 40% increase in a one-year cycle. We're going to be doing that through a virtual one-day boot camp. A virtual one-day boot camp, 10 to 4 with me, breaking down the entire system. It's going to be $57, and it's going to be the best $57 you have ever invested. You're not investing it in me, by the way. You're investing it in you. So if you got team members that you know, if you got family members, if you know I have more potential, I need to flip the switch. But not only when the switch gets flipped, Joyce Messer, how do I back it up with action? It's one thing for me as a coach of 28 years to activate your prey drive. It is another thing for you to know what to do once the prey drive is activated. So there's a lot of what I call Red Bull entrepreneurs. They're all jacked up on energy, but they don't know what to do. And so October 29th, the boot camp is called Flip the Switch. It's a 10 to 4 boot camp. I'm going to ask my team, Eric White, to go ahead and start posting the link in here. So if you want to go and get involved with me and just get a full day of coaching with me, a full day, unlimited access to me for a day, we're going to do that for $57 investment. So Eric, you can start posting Flip the Switch in here. Anybody that wants to take action on it throughout the night, I would encourage you to do that. That's as cost effective as it's ever going to be to spend a day with me. And once I get your prey drive activated, now it's a matter of what can we do? What daily actions do we need to take? What selling system do we need to use? How do we follow up appropriately? How do we purchase, right? Today I was negotiating a $750,000 deal with an option to get to $1 million with a $250,000 bonus included in that. Okay. And how do you do deals like that? Okay. I was a high school basketball coach. Biggest thing I negotiated was a 3% raise, right? Take $800, divide it by 12 and tax it. That ain't a whole lot, folks. So I've learned throughout the course of my life how to put big deals together. That day on October 29th, I'm going to show you. This is how I went from high school basketball coach to where I am today. This is the exact steps I took. This is how I found my voice. This is how I market and brand myself. This is how I close major deals. This is how I go in and do and build a business. So I really want to encourage you. October 29th, it's going to be an incredible day. It's $57. Trust me. If you don't get your money's worth, I'll give you money back. But something's bad wrong if you don't. Okay. Now let's get started. So Eric White, my team member, Kara Palmer's on here. Eric White's on here. If you have questions at any time, please post them in the comments, the questions, or the chat. This is your webinar. I'm doing it on my vacation, and I'm doing it because it's a big concept, folks. This is a big concept. Tonight, we're going pro. We are leaving our amateur desires behind, and we are making a decision tonight to go pro. The word decide has been my #1 word of the year. I didn't know it.
You know, they tell you come into the year with a word and what's your word and my word's this or my word's that. I didn't pick my word until probably March or April, right in the middle of the COVID. My speaking business was taking a hit. I couldn't go on the road and coach people live, which I love doing. And I said, dadgummit, I'm going pro, man. And I'm leaving any amateur desire behind that I have. The word decide means to kill off. I am killing off any amateur desire. And this is going to play into the night because because um, because activation of prey drive is a decision you have to make to overcome your feelings. And yes, October 29th will be recorded. We'll be able to send you the replay if you can't be there. So I got to make a decision. When do I have to make that decision? Every single day. Every day. Every night before I go to bed, my feelings tell me something. Okay? My feelings try to talk me out of this. Hey, you're tired. Don't get up and work out in the morning. Sleep in. Don't push this hard. Don't exert this kind of force. My feelings are feelings of being an amateur. My professional, when I go pro and I make a decision to go pro, I'm checking them feelings at the door. I'm going to talk myself into things my feelings talk myself out of. Did everybody hear me say that? I don't feel like prospecting today. Don't matter. Don't feel like following up today. Doesn't matter. Don't feel like I'm putting a deal together. Doesn't matter. Don't feel like doing a Facebook Live. Don't matter. My feelings are trying to talk me out of it, which is why I make big decisions. I make big commitments. Hey, for the next 21 days, I'm doing a video every single day on how to flip the switch. Hey, on October the 29th, I'm doing an event. Hey, I'm going to this event. I'm going to commit to something. And then I'm on my commitment is going to be followed up by energy and action and resources. It's not a commitment unless you put money into it, unless you commit with action, unless you commit with resource. So tonight we're making a decision to go pro. We're leaving our amateur desires behind. So I like to start off with questions. I want you to raise your hand or type in if this is you. Have you ever believed that you have more potential, but you haven't been able to get it out of yourself? Have you ever believed, man, I know I should be doing bigger things. Okay. I know I got a bigger future. I know my kids got a bigger future. I know my spouse has got a bigger future. I know this has got a bigger future. See, when I was a little high school basketball coach, I was doing what I love doing, but deep within me, I knew there was a bigger future for me. I knew I was supposed to be on big stages. I put this background on here tonight. That's me. This background is me speaking to 10,000 people at Mandalay Bay. I knew I was supposed to be doing something bigger. And deep within me was like, man, you're supposed to be doing something bigger. Like, this is too small for you. Coaching 30 people is too small for you. You're supposed to be on big stages. You're supposed to be on television. I asked Tim Story, did I have a face for television or radio, right? And he said, a face for movies, coach. I said, I knew I was supposed to be doing something big. So have you believed, man, there's another gear I haven't found yet. Question number 2, is this a cycle that you find yourself going through? I start with good intention. This is a cycle I see as a coach all the time. I get excited. My prey drive is activated. Prey drive is an instinct to see something with the eyes or in the mind and have the persistence and intensity to pursue it. Okay. I had an idea today. Okay. I had an idea today about this house that I'm in. It's 9-bedroom. I think this house is worth $2.7 million today. I'm thinking, how could I roll this into 2 houses, do this, do this, do this? Like I had an idea, I had a vision today. The prey drive was activated. My creativity was activated. But how many of you start with good intention only to fall off the wagon, right? You fall off the wagon and it's like, man, I got all these ideas, but I just fall off the wagon every single week, man. I don't know. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to get from point A to point B. My B is not clear enough, as one person used to say, Bob Samara. You're at A and you want to go to B, but B's not clear. It's like I have this vague vision. I start with good intention. I fail to follow through, and then I experience guilt. So I come out of the gate strong. For some reason, current of the urgent, lack of self-discipline, don't have the coaching, don't have the accountability, and I fail to follow through. If that's you, tonight we're going to talk about this, because what is the strategy? I got to show you how to activate this thing every day, man. Even when you don't feel like it. Like tonight, your feelings are going to tell you something. They're going to try to talk you out of things you need to be doing. You have got to tell your feelings. You sit down and shut up, right? The feelings, sit down and shut up. Don't matter how I feel. Amateurs listen to their feelings. Professionals don't listen to their feelings. All right. Question number 3. This is biggest thing I see when it comes to prey drive activation every day. Have you seen yourself lose the fire and energy that you once had and actually lose your prey drive? I want you to think of a time in your life that you were on fire, absolutely in a flow, on fire, operating at a high frequency, and your prey drive was clicking. I mean, it's like, boom, I'm on, I'm in a flow, I'm in a rhythm, things are happening, I'm attracting opportunity. And then I get bored, stuck, complacent, in a rut. What if I told you, don't miss this, satisfied needs never motivate people, only unsatisfied needs. If you're bored tonight and you're watching this and you're going, man, he got me. I'm bored, I'm stuck, I'm stagnant. 2 things I would tell you. Money follows energy. Money is just paper. The people that create the most energy, it's just energy moving. The people that create the most energy make the most money. Okay. Money never follows stagnation. If you're not making enough money, it's because you're not moving. You're not creating. You're not manifesting. You're not moving about the planet. You're not creating concepts. Okay. So that's one thing I would tell you, right? And the second thing I would tell you is satisfied needs never motivate, only unsatisfied needs. Biggest suppressor of prey drive every day is a good life. I got a good life. I got a good wife. I got good kids. I got a good house. I drive a good car. This good is the enemy of you becoming great in your life. I am never satisfied. Like I'm in this beach house here, a block or 2 off the ocean, costs $2.1 million. I'm like, man, this is a nice little starter house for us. But I want it on the ocean. So I go up and look at houses on the ocean, activates my prey drive. I'm not satisfied. People that tell you don't compare, they don't know what they're talking about. You need to be comparing, folks. You need to compare up to people doing bigger things than you. You need to ask your question, why is that dude doing this and I'm not doing it? Okay, you need to say, I'm more talented than that dude is. Why is he doing something I'm not doing? I'm capable of doing it. Okay, when I spoke at 10X, there was a guy that came up to me and he said, man, I'm good enough to be on that stage, coach. I'm good enough. And I said, yeah, you probably are, but you weren't, brother. You didn't figure out how to get on stage. I figured out how to get on that stage in front of 10,000 people. You may be better than me, but you didn't figure one key component out, which is how to actually get on the stage. I had to prey drive to find a way. Okay. My granddad taught me where there's a want to, we can always find a how to. So tonight, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this strategy. So you may be thinking like Coach Burt can do it because he's motivated all the time, but I can't motivate my prey drive all the time. Like he has something I don't have. Here's what I'll tell you. Not true, folks. I wake up discouraged just like you do. I wake up unmotivated from time to time just like you do. I wake up fatigued just like you do. I wake up exhausted. I wake up frustrated, which is just misguided enthusiasm, just like you do. No different than you. Woke up this morning. My son was up all hours of the night. I'm up. My wife's up. We're trying to get him to, get in a good position, and we can't. I woke up this morning. I'm tired. I got 7 things I got to do. I got to be here tonight for you. I'm woke up. I'm groggy. I'm like, man, I got to get this going. I got to get this going. You may be thinking, oh, well, that little dude wakes up all the time motivated. Not true. The word motivate means to move. The word inspire means to breathe life into. So what did the first thing I do this morning? I told my wife, I got to move, man. I got to get out and start moving. First thing I'm going to do is a video this morning. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get on there and I'm going to do a video to motivate other people. But I ain't motivating them. By the way, what I'm trying to do is motivate me. I'm trying to activate that drive. So once you flip the switch, what I'm going to teach you on October 29th is what do you do? How do you time block? How do you prospect every day? How do you follow up like a fanatic? How do you put major deals together? How do you extract referrals? How do you become a person of interest? Like I'm going to teach you what to do. Tonight I'm going to teach you how to flip it. October 20th, I'm going to teach you what to do. Okay? Now, I want to remind you guys of something. I was a high school basketball coach. My first job, I made $199.50. I treated every day as if I was coaching in the NBA. I wore a suit. Every day at my current job is an interview for my next job. Every day at my current job is an interview for my next job. Every day at my current job is an interview for my next job. Every day at my current, did everybody hear that? Every day at my current job is an interview for my next job. Okay, I'm going to tell Eric White to start posting that link. 57 link on Flip the Switch. There you go. He'll get it in there. Now, every day at my current job is an interview for my next job. That's what I thought, man. The way I'm going to get my next job is I'm going to be really good at this current job. See, too many of you don't understand the concept. The key to the many is to the one. The key to the many is to the one, folks. The key to the many is to the one. I'm going to take my current opportunity and I'm going to be so good, I'm going to get my territory expanded. I was a high school basketball coach, but I had a vision. Okay, I had a vision. Now, this is important to activation of prey drive. I'm 25 years old. I say, man, I've been coaching for 10 years. I need to write a book. I don't know what the book's going to be about. I don't know who it's going to help. I think it's going to help coaches because I've been coaching from 15 to 25, 10 years of doing this. And if you've been doing something for 10 years, you've baked the cake. And now it's time for you to sell the recipe. How many of you out there need to write a book? Raise your hand and type in if you need to write a book. Because if life's worth living, it's worth writing down, folks. If you ask me today, what's the number one thing that I've done over the last 10 years? What's the number one thing I've done the last 10 to 15 years? The number one thing that I've done is literally start writing the book. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know what the concept was. I didn't know. I had no clue what I was going to do, right? I had no clue what I was going to do when I was writing that first book. Okay. No clue. Didn't know how I was going to publish it. Didn't know who was going to buy it. Didn't have a marketing plan for it. My aunt that worked at Middle Tennessee State University helped me put it together. I tried to sell it to coaches. Coaches wouldn't buy it. But guess what it forced me to do? It forced me to get motivated to start becoming a person of interest. I was placing things out in the universe. I was saying, man, I want to go pro. I want to be somebody. So I was a high school basketball coach and I had a vision. How many of you think vision will activate prey drive? Vision is applied imagination. See, the other night I did this event at the hangar where my plane lives. And the whole event was, how do you think bigger? I was on with insurance folks today, and I'm telling you, some of you may be on here tonight. If you're selling insurance, you don't need to be thinking about how I sell one more policy. You need to be thinking about how I sell 100 more policies. How do I sell thousands of people insurance? That's what you need to be thinking. So the other night I was like, man, I got to get people thinking bigger. I had a vision, and the vision was one day I want to write books and I want to go around the world and I'm going to influence millions of people like my mentor, Dr. Stephen Covey did. One day I want to be like that dude. And I went to this thing and I saw him speak and I'm like, I want to be like that dude. And I read his book and I said, I want to be like that dude. You got a vision. The reason it's important, because when you wake up tomorrow and your little prey drive is like, man, I'm tired and I'm exhausted. No, I got a vision. And my vision is greater than my comfort. When my wife was writing her book, Living with a Monster, she said, this is hard. I don't know how to do it. And I made a statement to her that activated her prey drive. I said, your desire to help people has got to become greater than your desire to be comfortable. When you write this book, it's going to help a whole lot of people. It ain't going to be comfortable. It ain't going to be easy because you've never written one before, but it's sure going to be impactful. Our desire to help people has got to be greater than our desire to be comfortable, folks. Okay. And that's what you got to start telling yourself. Vision is applied imagination. I go there in the mind before I go there in the body. All things are created twice, first mentally, then physically. That's what you got to understand. Boom. I saw it. One of these days, I'm going to be on big stages. I'm going to be somebody in the world. I'm not just going to be a little high school basketball coach. How do you think all my other peers were thinking? Oh, I just want to try to figure out how to win a game. Vision activates the prey drive every day. This morning, I'm thinking, man, I want to get 300 people on my thing tonight. Then I want to get 500 people. Then I want to have 500 people on there October 29th. I want to fill that thing up. I want to fill that arena up. I want to be with as many people as I can. So I had a vision and I worked the muscle. I got in the game. Some of you are sitting on the bench waiting for the game to be perfect. When a person tells me time is not right for me to take action on this. Here's what I say. If the timing had to be right, I'd still be a high school basketball coach because I had great players and great teams. I was going to keep winning championships. The timing wasn't right for me to retire at the peak of my career. The timing wasn't right for me to step away, but I've never become a multimillionaire if I hadn't retired from that. Sometimes to grab a hold of something new, you got to let go of something old, folks. So I had a vision. I'm not just a high school basketball coach. I'm going to become one of the top motivators in the world. What do you want to become? Because once you know, you understand. So I got off the bench and I got in the game. At 31 years old, I walked in. I had written 3 books at the time, and I said, man, I'm out. There's a bigger game for me to play. I love these girls. I love this program. I love this school. Some of you are still holding on to small thinking. Some of you are still holding on to little bitty thoughts. All things are created twice, first mentally, then physically. You can't go big if little has you, right, LaDawn Townsend? You can't go big if little's got a hold of you. If you're hanging around little bitty people, you're doing little bitty things. Every action we take is driven by our thoughts. Our thoughts are no wiser than our understandings. So I started to develop some principles. Here are 5 principles, and we're priming you to get you ready for the 3 secrets I'm going to give you. These are 5 principles that are starters for me to activate my pray drive every day. Pray drive is an instinct. How many right now, while I'm saying that, have an instinct about something you're supposed to do? How many of you have an instinct right now, an opening, a possibility, and it's like I'm supposed to go for it, man. Coach is speaking to me. I'm supposed to go for it. Justin Stark's like, I got to go. Okay, I got to go, man. I'm all the way up, man. I'm going. I'm tired of playing small. Right? I'm going. I see it. Like me talking to you about it. I got an instinct right now. There's a big play for me. It's right there. Boom, I see it. Boom, I need to take an action. I need to present an idea. I need to make a move. Okay, so here's 5 starters to prime you up for the pray drive activation. Number 1, here's some principles I operate by. Number 1, it all goes to 0 at midnight. One of my key principles for activating my pray drive, Mark, is I tell myself that at midnight, it all goes to 0. You know, in those days, you turn into a pumpkin at midnight. Here's what I tell myself. No matter what you did today, success don't care what you did yesterday. It don't care, right? It's why the saying success isn't something you own, it's something you rent. I tell myself at midnight, it all goes to 0. I also tell me we go to bed tired and we wake up hungry. Okay. I also tell myself there comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. Okay. I also tell myself long obedience in the same direction. The true masters do it and do it and do it again. They keep doing it. It's called muscle memory in sports. I take the 500 shots. Okay. I do the webinars when there's 7 people on there and when there's 30 people and when there's 100 people, and I'm working the muscle and I'm getting better and I'm getting better and I'm getting better, right? These are principles. We go to bed tired and we wake up hungry. It all goes to 0 at midnight. There comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. These are priming you. Now, when I wake up in the morning, my mind is, it all went to 0 last night. Everything I had. What takes years to build up can take seconds to tear down. It all went to 0. I got to start over today, man. Right? If you study the Bible, God gave the people just enough food for the day, just enough manna for the day. They had just enough food for the day. And then they had to start all over the next day. This is a good principle to live by the way. I got just enough food for the day. No matter what the bank account says, because it's just paper. It's just paper in there. Yeah, no matter what the bank account says, no matter how much I sold yesterday, it all went to 0 at midnight. If you ask my team how much intensity I have every day, it don't matter if we had the biggest day we've ever had in the history of my company. When I wake up tomorrow, it all goes back to 0. I start over as if we didn't sell anything yesterday. I literally do every day because my mind is, I can't allow myself to get complacent. Complacency is a gradual settling to a place of mediocrity, folks. Okay, we don't send our kids off in the morning and say, hey, go gradually settle to a place of mediocrity, Ella. Eli, here's what I want you to do, son. I want you to grow up and all this potential you got. I want you to gradually settle to a place of mediocrity. So these are principles. Okay. Number two, there is a difference between the amateur and the professional. When you see an artist or an athlete or a major performer, how many of you believe they feel like singing that song? Take Journey. I went to see Journey sing one night. I couldn't wait for them to sing Don't Stop Believing. Do you know how many times Journey has sang the song Don't Stop Believing? Do you think they feel like singing that song Don't Stop Believing? You think the football player feels like getting hit as hard as they can by somebody else? You think the MMA fighter feels like getting in the ring and getting punched in the face over and over? No. Amateurs get crushed in the market. Professionals show up, they grow up, and they deliver. This is something my single mom taught me, guys. Raised by a single mom, had me when she was 16 years old. She's tough. All the big players are tough. They got this tough skin about them, man. It's like, hey, get up. Let's go. Let's do this. We don't whine. We don't complain. We don't make excuses. We show up, we grow up, and we deliver, right? Number two is, are you an amateur? Are you professional? Many of y'all are in different fields. You're in insurance. You're in direct selling. You're in coaching, and you're out there, man. Here's what I would ask you. If I were to line up one of the top people in the world, if I said, hey, I'm going to pull up the number one dude in the world, and I want to ask you a question. What's the difference between him and you? How does he post on social media versus you? How many calls does he make per day? How hard does he work? How much does he push versus you? What is the gap between you two? Because if you want to go pro and activate your prey drive, you got to start saying, how do the pros do it, man? They rest, they practice, they play. They rest, they practice, they perform. And when they perform, they're performing at a very high frequency. Number three, these are primers to the three secrets I'm going to give you for prey drive tonight. I see my work as my mission, not as my job. To me, there is a huge difference between an occupation, that which occupies your time, in which you receive a paycheck, and a vocation, which comes from voice or calling in life. See, once I find my voice at the intersection of what I love doing, what I'm good at doing, where there's a need in the world, what my conscience, now it's time to distribute my talent to the world through the selling system I'm going to teach on October 29th, through the follow-up. I am fanatical about follow-up. I'm going to bring a deal to its logical conclusion. I'm going to find a way to put something together. I'm going to keep going until I get a no, or I'm not interested, or this, right? Like what is the system I use? Once I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be coaching people. How am I supposed to coach people? In groups, at boot camps, at speaking engagements, through products and services, through webinars. See, this is my mission. It's hard to explain to people because if you're in your job, it's going to be real hard to activate your prey drive every day. It's going to be really, really, really hard to activate your prey drive every single day if this is just a job to you. Okay. Number four, this is something I said earlier, but I want to reiterate it. Your desire to help people has got to overcome your desire to be comfortable. There is nothing convenient about being successful. Okay. I'm doing a webinar with you tonight. My whole family is down at the beach eating dinner. I'm here with you. They're down there. This is something I put on my schedule to help you and help people all over the world because it's my mission. There ain't nothing convenient about it. This morning when I woke up, ain't nothing convenient about going up there doing a video. When I'd like to be up there having breakfast with somebody or relaxing at the ocean. Success is inconvenient. Your desire to help people has got to overcome your desire to be comfortable, folks, because that's going to activate. What's my mission? I'm here to help people. How many people can I help in a day? And number five, I love this one. This is something John Maxwell says. Once you taste significance, success will never satisfy you. See, I got a text today from a person, and he was talking about how his work has been kind of hollow. Like it didn't mean that much. It's just kind of about the money. And I texted him back and I said, man, once you taste a little bit of significance, success will never satisfy you. How many of you from 20 to 30 were selfish? Me? 20 to 30 years old, man, it's about me. How many games can I win? How can I look good? How can I do this? 30 years old, it's about, hey, how do I help a few people? 40 years old, it's about how do I help millions of people? Now I'm on point. Now I'm on mission. Now it's time to go. Here's the point. If I didn't show up for you tonight, how many people would be let down? Could be 200, 300 people, guys. See, I set this in motion to activate my prey drive because I can't let you down, man. I don't want to let you down. I don't want to let me down, but I really don't want to let you down. That activates my drive. So let's remember the word as we move into the 3 secrets. The word decision means what? What does the word decision mean? To kill off. A good salesperson is helping a person kill something off. Fear, insecurity, doubt, vacillation. I'm helping you make a decision. The word close means to bring 2 things together, to bring something to an end. I'm bringing this to an end. I'm tired of my old ways. I'm ready to go pro. Now, let's get into tonight. We're killing all these things off, guys. October 29th, full day with me, teaching you the methodology I use to build a multi-million-dollar coaching company, to go from a high school basketball coach to where I am today. I'm going to teach you everything October 29th. So go ahead and get your tickets to that. $57. It's going to be the best $57 you ever spent to learn how to, boom, take it to the next level. All right, let's get into some secrets. I'm going to give you 3 tonight. 3 secrets in how I activate my prey drive every day, because this is one of the number 1 questions I get asked. Number 1, to activation of prey drive is to understand how to activate all 4 parts of your nature. Okay, now, I'm a disciple of Covey. Covey taught that there were 4 parts to our nature: a body, that's physical; a mind, that's mental; a heart, that's emotional; and a spirit, that's spiritual. Each of those parts produce 4 different needs, 4 different intelligences, 4 different capacities, right? 4 different dimensions. We can't talk about reaching your potential unless we talk about all 4 parts. So remember this saying: success in one role doesn't justify failure in another role. Okay? Success in one role of life doesn't give you the right to be a total failure in another role of your life. To go pro, you need to activate the drive in all 4 parts of your nature: in the body, in the mind, in the heart, and in the spirit. Okay, now I'm going to show you my secrets for doing that. For the body, there's 3 things I do every day. Number 1, I'm on the right nutrition plan, and that's how I've lost 30 pounds in the last 6 months to a year. I'm at my ideal weight, 166 to 168. I'm in the best shape of my life because of the nutrition plan I'm on, and we handle that for you in Monster Health. Okay, how many of you believe that how you feel about the body directly affects your prey drive? See, if I don't feel good about my body, my confidence is low. Okay, and so the body is tied to my confidence. If I feel good about my body, I feel good in the pants I'm wearing. If I feel good in the suit I'm wearing, if I feel like I look good, right? The body is directly tied to my confidence. Confidence is directly tied to my prey drive. Okay, so what I do is I'm on a specific nutrition plan. Okay, if you're interested in that, email eric@coachburt.com and he'll show you exactly what nutrition plan we have that I'm on. Best decision ever made. No trainer, I've gone to gyms for years, ever said to me, you'll never outwork a bad diet coach. I used to go to the gym, never lose weight, never. I go to the gym, get in a little bit better shape, bulk up some, never lost any weight, never got to my ideal weight. They should have said this one thing to you: listen, no matter how much you work out, you'll never outwork a bad diet. You got to get your diet right, coach. So the right nutrition plan, number 1. Number 2, I go to the number 1 energy doctor in the world. If you understand where my prey drive comes from, a lot of it has to do with my vitamins and minerals are directly in alignment with what my specific body needs. Okay, so I go to the number 1 energy doctor and they customize my regimen for me. So I got the nutrition, then I got the vitamin supplements that I take throughout the day: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, builds a very strong immune system, very strong immune system. Okay, which helps me have the kind of energy I need. I don't fizzle out. I don't get tired. I didn't understand the correlation between the energy and the prey drive. I was seeing all these people. In the world that I was coaching. I'm like, man, the dude don't have any energy. How many of y'all know somebody? He's got a lot of potential. It's like, dude's fizzled out, man. Don't have any mojo. Don't have any juice. Don't have any energy. Don't have any electricity. Nothing. Just kind of going through the motions. Well, I start coaching this doctor in Houston, and we can introduce you to him. Just email eric@coachburt.com, and we can introduce you to my doctor in Houston. And I started coaching him, and he's like, look, it's not that these people don't want to do something. Their bodies are not operating at a high frequency. They're low on thyroid. They're low on cortisol. They're low on testosterone. They're low on progesterone. They're low on something. No matter how much you coach them, coach, they ain't got the gas in the tank, brother. And so I'm like, dude, man, that's right. And I started going to him, and it's like, oh, I get my vitamins right, get my minerals right. About 90 days into it, boom, I'm operating on another frequency. Now I got my nutrition right. If you want to know that plan, email eric@coachburt.com. If you want to know my doctor, email eric@coachburt.com, and I'll introduce you to these people. Third thing I got is I started hitting the gym with the F45. And as you know, I'm a partner in the F45, which is functional fitness. 45 minutes of very intense fitness to get me in better shape. So now I've got, look at this. Now I'm hitting on all cylinders. Got my body right with my nutrition. Got my energy right with my energy doctor, directly associated with prey drive. Got my physical structure right with the F45 gym. Now, here's the best part of this, folks. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. We're pushing through this, okay? So don't jump out on me with me yet. Try and activate it every day. I'm telling you the truth. This is how you do it. By 8 a.m. every morning, I have 4 things that I've done. This is number 1, activation of prey drive. Number 1, I fed my body with physical exercise, taking my vitamins. Okay. Number 2, I've listened to a sermon. That's spiritual. On my way into the gym, I'm listening to my spiritual. I'm listening to a sermon. I'm feeding my spirit, right? Body. On number 3, I go home and I spend time with my family. That's emotional. I'm feeding my heart. Number 4, on my way back into work, I'm listening to something on business. By 8 a.m., I have fed my body, I have fed my mind, I have fed my heart, and I have fed my spirit. This is the way you act. This is my first secret. People are like, what's your morning routine? My morning routine, I'm up at 5:30. I'm at the gym at 6. On the way, I'm listening to a sermon. Okay, I've eaten my nutrition. I've got the nutrition breakfast, right? I'm on my way to the gym. I work out hard for 45 minutes. I go home and see my family. Feeds my emotion. On my way back to the office, I'm listening to something on business. Look at that. By 8 a.m., I fed all 4 parts. By the time I get to my team at 8 o'clock and I'm ready to go at 8:30, I'm so excited for my team meeting, I can't even see straight, folks. By 8:30, it's like, let's go. Let's tackle the world. I've done something I didn't want to do. I went to the gym. I fed my spirit. I fed my heart. I fed my mind. This is very important to the activation of prey drive. You may be out there today and say, I don't have energy. I don't have energy, man. It's because something in your body's not clicking like it should. You're not to the point. Okay. You may not want to hear this, but you came tonight because you want to know how I activate my prey drive every day. Prey drive is activated by these 4 things every day. Okay. Number 2 secret of activation of prey drive, okay, is finding my primary activator. Now, here's what I mean by that. I'm going to give you 5 activators of prey drive, and I want you to tell me what you think your primary activator is. Number 1, competition. If you don't have a game to play, you create a game. If you don't have a fight to be in, you find a fight. If you don't have something to win, you find, like, I need a competition. Competition is an activator of prey drive. Okay, I need something to win. I need something to pursue, right? It's not a trophy. It's a pursuit of something. I need a big goal. I'm tired of this. I'm ready to go to this, okay? Number 2 activator, fear of loss. How many of you wake up in the morning and go, man, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to go back to the way I used to live. I've got a fear of losing something, right? That fear causes me to pick up that phone. Could be fear of losing status. Could be fear of losing respect. Could be fear of losing something. You're afraid of something. Fear of loss motivates me. Number 3, exposure. How many of you are activated when you are exposed to something? You see something, you hear something, you listen to something, you watch something, right? That's an activator of prey drive. Number 4, environment. How many of you are activated when you're in an environment? It's like, man, this is kicking. Like this is incredible. Like I want to play at a high frequency when I'm around here. And number 5, embarrassment. How many of you are motivated when you are personally embarrassed by your performance? And you know you have such a bigger level to play. So take a second right now. Out of those 5 activators, what is your primary? Because this is really what the book's going to be about when I come out of the book. How do you find your primary? Mine is fear of loss, number 1. Fear of rejection could be deep within me. Could be fear of it, fear of something. Number 2 is competition for me. Number 3 is environment. Number 4 is exposure, or I may put exposure on up the list. Number 5 is embarrassment. Those are my 5 activators in order. Every day I'm trying to find which one of these flips the switch for me. Oh, I need a game to play. Oh, I need a stage to get on. Oh, I need something to win. Okay. What is it that activates your drive? Because what I want to do, and I'll just take fear, for example. These are good. Justin McLaughlin, embarrassment. That's good. I see fear of exposure. Fear of embarrassment or fear of loss in some people. Exposure, fear of losing it all. What takes years to build up can take seconds to tear down, man. Fear of loss. That's my number 1, Stephen Martinez. Fear of rejection. Holly Perry said competition. Good. You need a game to play. You need something to win. You need somewhere to go. You need something to do. You need something that scares you. You need something to get excited about. Folks, you got to find this. Every day, I'm using all 5 of those. Okay, every day, all 5 of those. Every day, I was like, man, I need a game. I need a competition. Okay, every day, I'm afraid of losing something. 3, number 3. I'm trying to get in an environment. Number 4, I want to be around big time people. Number 5, I'm like, man, I'm embarrassed by how small I'm playing in comparison to how I'm capable of playing. See, understanding my driver helps me to activate my drive every day. If I get bored, I'm like, man, I don't have a competition. Right, Joan? I'm like, man, I'm bored. I don't have a game to play. I don't have a competition to win. Do you know sometimes I commit to big things in the future that absolutely scare me to death? So it activates my prey drive. And I've had people on my team before that didn't understand this. They're like, man, why is he doing that? Why did he create that? Why is he stacking all these things on top of each other? I did an event last week where I did 3 back-to-back days of coaching, and right in the middle of it threw in an event at the hangar where the jet lives. And my wife is like, why would you do this? Like, why would you stack these events on top of each other? Because I need stimulation. I need to activate my prey drive. And I know if I need it, a lot of these people need it. Let's get down there where the jets are and let's think bigger. We're going to be tired. We're going to be exhausted. We're not going to be able to see straight. Our team's going to work 18 hours, but dadgummit, when we leave there, our prey drive is going to be so freaking activated, we can't even see straight. All right, Julie, let me take this one. So if you're feeling bored, is it likely competition is the activator? If you're feeling bored, you have become satisfied with your current situation. You need a bigger game to play. You need a competition. You need something to lose. You need a new fight to win. You need, like I see bored people all the time. I've coached people worth millions of dollars that are bored out of their mind. And I'm like, man, you need a competition. You need a game to play. You need a competition to win. You need to get around somebody thinking bigger than you. Okay. Like I spent the day with a billionaire, probably 2 years ago. And I said, man, you don't have to talk to me. You don't have to say anything to me. All I want you to do is work like you normally work. I just want to watch you work. And man, it was impressive to watch him. How did he use time? How did he talk to people? It inspired me. It was exposure. I've got this condo in Nashville, Tennessee, 38th floor, overlooking Broadway. I took my daughter down there, who's 8 years old. And the first night I took her down there, she just sat there at the window and looked down at the city. She's like, Dad, this is so cool. Like, this is so awesome. She'd never seen anything like that. It activated her prey drive. She's like, oh, there's a big world, Dad. I want to go out and play in a big level. That's what I want to do. So I'm like, hey, let's go down to the 505, sweetheart. Let's sit down there and look at it. That is exposure to something. So just remember this, and I move to the third secret. Satisfied needs never motivate, folks. If you're satisfied, you got a good life, you got a good house, you got a good car, you're living a good deal. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this 9-bedroom house I got here. I'm grateful every day we're in it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not embarrassed by it, but I want one on the ocean. And to activate my prey drive, I go up to my buddy's house, Chuck McDowell, most expensive piece of property on 30A, 4 levels, seat looking at it feels like you're sitting up in the sun. And I'm sitting there going, oh man, what did he do? What did he do that I'm not doing? That activates my prey drive. We can be completely content and grateful while also being dissatisfied. How many of you are content, but you're dissatisfied with where you are? You're proud of what you've done, but you know there's a bigger place. My buddy Tommy Davidson, who's down here with me, he said, man, I'm tough enough to get what I want, but I ain't tough enough to get. I'm tough enough to get what I have, but I ain't tough enough to get what I want. Prey drive is the toughness to work the muscle to get what you want. Now, I'm going to give you the third secret tonight, and we're going strong. Thank you for committing. Over 200 of you have stuck with me. A few folks drifted off, but 200 of you have stuck with me. I want to encourage you, as Eric White and our team is posting the October 29th event. I want to encourage you, if you like tonight, that's going to be nothing compared to spending a full day with me on not only activation of prey drive, but the whole system. You don't just need to flip the switch, folks. You need a system to go behind it on how to generate revenue, how to follow up like a maniac, how to extract referrals from your current clients, how to become a person of interest. That's the system I use every day. And that's what I'm going to be giving you on October 29th. It's $57. I want to encourage you, man. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. Okay. Now, let me give you the third secret, because I think this is my coolest one. Okay. Thank you, Ed Hooks, for following up with me too, like a fanatic. I appreciate you. I'm paying attention. Secret number three, maybe my favorite one I'm going to give you tonight. That's why I saved it for last. Commit to something in the future that scares you with a target and a deadline. Commit to something you've never done before. Put it in the future, but compress time, right? Like, I'm going to do this thing October 29th. I've never done it before. I've never done a full day virtual summit. I'm doing it. They asked me to do it. I'm like, I'm in. Do it. Do I know how to do it? Nope. Don't understand it yet. Don't understand how the ads are going to work. I'm probably going to invest $25,000 in marketing for the event, $25,000 of my own dollars, just to do it, to see if I can do it. I may lose every bit of it, man. I may lose every single bit of it, but I'm going to commit to something in the future. And it gives me a reason to get up in the morning and say, let's go. I got something I got to push people to. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do 21 days every morning on Facebook Live. I'm going to do free webinars gearing up for it. I'm going to go to my database. Okay. What is it that you need to commit to, Anita Hill, that scares you to death? You need to commit to something. Man, I'm doing it. I don't know all the details. I don't have all the solutions. I don't have the playbook or manual, but dadgummit, I'm going. I didn't know what I was doing at 10X. They said, man, we're going to put you on stage in front of 10,000 people. All I knew was, man, it's excitement. Every day I'm activating my prayer. I got 30 days left. I got 29 days left. I got 28. I got to get in shape. I got to be in the best shape of my life. I got to have energy. I got to give a great message. Man, it's pressure. Pressure is a privilege. My buddy, Tim Grover, pressure is a privilege. Pressure is just a decision you don't want to make. That's all pressure is. Like, as soon as I said that, boom. Thank you, Daniel. As soon as I said that, man, pressure is just a decision you don't want to make. You know you need to make it. You know you need to pick up the phone. You know you need to call somebody. You know you need to take an action. You know you create something in the future. You know you need to bring your dream back to life, but you give up on it. You give up on your dreams, man. I like putting things in the future, and my team, it drives them crazy, man. It drives my team crazy. It's like, how many things can this dude do? Like, we don't have enough days to promote it. I don't care. I'm going to put it on there. Sometimes I'm doing it for me, guys. Sometimes I'm putting events on there because I need to get excited about something. Okay. I need to get motivated for something. I need to push something. So a story I think about with 10X. When I made a decision to speak at 10X, what a lot of people don't know. Thank you for registering for the 1029 event. I really, really appreciate it. It's going to be incredible, by the way. A lot of people don't know this story when I spoke at 10X, but you need to know it because it was a huge activator of my Pray Drive. And this is how I do it every day: is I commit to something in the future that scares me. I was sitting in Grant Cardone's office in Miami, Florida. I went to 10X1 as a participant, and I sat in the back, and I had a belief, Justin Stark. I know I can do this. I know I need to be on that stage. I sit in the back and I watch those people. I knew I need to be there. And I'm sitting in Cardone's office in Miami, and I'm sitting right across from him, and I'm looking at him, and I've known him for 4, 5, 6 years. And I said, man, you think I'm good enough to speak at 10X? And he said, absolutely. And I said, well, I got a tough question for you. Pray Drive is a moment where you, boom, go for it. And I sensed this opening. I said, man, I got a question for you. You think I'm good enough to speak at 10X? Oh, yeah. And I said, well, why haven't you asked me? Right? Why haven't you asked me to speak at 10X? And he's, oh, well, I spent $4 million on this, and blah, blah, blah. And you're good, but you're not a big star yet. You're going to be a big star. And I said, tell you what I'll do, because I'm a good friend. I want to ask you, how many of you would do this? I said, I'd like to buy $100,000 of tickets right now. I didn't say $100 worth of tickets, folks. This is where it gets good. So don't miss it. Don't jump off now. I'd like to give you $100,000 to help you with this conference, because I'm not a taker. None of the other speakers are going to do this. They're not going to give you $100,000. They're going to ask you for $100,000. I'd like to give you $100,000. And I'd like to buy 50 VIP tickets right now. Would that be okay? Oh yeah. That'd be good. Okay, good. You think that would help you with this conference if I bought 100? Now, how many of you in a moment like that would pull out your checkbook and write a check for 100,000? It's a big moment, folks. I knew you get me in front of 10,000 people, I can make $1 million. Okay. You get me in front of, right? We don't remember this, folks. You don't need more money. You need more people. The people have the money. Would you rather have $1 billion or 1 billion friends? So I said, man, I'll take 50 VIP tickets at 2,000 a piece for 100,000. I'll do that right now, as long as I got a spot on stage and I get to get up there and be Coach Burt. Okay, great. We do the deal. I go home and I'm thinking, all right, what am I going to do with these tickets? It's a Pray Drive moment. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to package these tickets up. I'm going to repurpose these tickets. I'm going to give people my coaching program plus a ticket to 10X plus a private party at Mandalay Bay. And I'm going to do this, right? And I'm going to sell it for $5,000. Guess what I did, folks? I took the $100,000 investment. I repurposed the tickets. I sold them for $5,000. I made $250,000 in 6 months, and I got on stage at 10X, of which we generated probably $1 million more worth of business. That is Pray Drive. It scared me. See, some of you are thinking so small. You're like, oh, I would never do that. Oh, I would never ever. Who am I betting on? Me. I'm betting on me, folks. You got to bet on you. In those moments, you have to bet on you. And so I got on stage. It changed my life forever. We've opened up to an international audience. Some of you are here today. All my Optavia folks are here today because I spoke at 10X and I met Doug Wood. And he introduced me to the Optavia family. And they got on the nutrition plan. And I lost 30 pounds. And I've been introduced to thousands of people. Why? Because I took a gamble on me. This is a Pray Drive moment. So here's what I got to do for you tonight. I believe the people who have stuck on here, 194 of you have stuck on here. I believe you're making a decision tonight to go pro, man. I believe you're leaving your amateur desires behind and you're making a decision to go pro. Okay. And I think when you make this decision, you're going to back it up with action. You're going to activate your Pray Drive every day. So what are the 3 tactics I use every day? Number 1, I understand the whole person and I try to activate the Pray Drive every day. Number 2, I find my driver and I use all 5 of the drivers. And number 3, I commit to something in the future that scares me to death, that I don't know how I'm going to pull it off, but I always find a way. King David had a mindset in the Bible. It's going to be a fight, but we're going to find a way to win. And if you have that mindset, every single day. It's going to be a fight, man, but I'm going to find a way to win. That's what we got to remember. And that is the model I take with me every day of my life. So you made the decision before, but you hadn't followed through. You've had an insecurity before, but it didn't work out. I want to challenge you tonight. I wouldn't be doing my job as a coach if I didn't challenge you, man. A good coach will have conversations with you that you may or may not want to have, that make you do some things you may or may not want to do. But man, a good coach will take you to a place you didn't know you wanted to go to. I want to challenge you tonight. If you said tonight is activating my pray drive, Jen says it's activating my pray drive. Now I just need the system. You join me October 29th. You join me October 29th. Thank you, Kelly. You join me out. You invest $57 in yourself, right? October 29th. And I'm going to give you a time system that I use, a selling system, a follow-up system, an extraction of referral system, and a person of interest system. This is something I'm charging thousands and thousands of dollars to coach people on. As I told you today, I sent a contract today for $750,000 to a company with an option to get to $1 million. This is something that, man, we're doing very well in. I'm going to give it to you for $57, October 29th. And I'm going to break the whole system down for you. And if you're up for it and you're ready to go pro, I want you to click that link tonight and I want you to commit. I want you to decide. I want you to kill something off. And I want to challenge you. Attack that fear, man. Attack that fear. Okay. Attack that fear. So for those of you that are on there tonight, man, I'm in if you're in. Okay. I'm in if you're in. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to stay on for just a minute. I'll take any questions that you might have. Over 290 people registered for this. Over 200 showed up. Then we got people on Facebook. So make sure my team is posting in the links to October 29th. Flip the switch. Become a monster producer. That is the October 29th event where I spend a full day. If you can't be there, no worries. We'll send you the replay. Thank you, Larry, for participating. If you took action tonight, post in comments. I'd love to give you a shout out. I would love to give you a shout out if you take action tonight. Thank you so much, Sarah, Tim. How did I convince my wife? I didn't have to convince her. I just took action, man. Zach Price, thank you. Thank you for purchasing. Linda Clark, Linda McVeigh. Look at all you guys purchasing. You're doing my heart good. What I did, I didn't tell my wife. That's what's funny. Thank you, Kelly Knowles. I took action, man. It was a pray drive moment. Okay. And the pray drive moment was, here it is, man. If you had a chance to get in front of 10,000 people, folks, that's worth a whole lot more than $100,000. This is a big thing. Thank you, Teresa. You don't need more people. You don't need more money. You need more people. The people, David, have the money. This is something I got to get people doing. Thank you, Chad Waters. The people have the money. Okay. So once I've figured this out, Troy Parker, I'm like, man, I don't need more money. I need more people. Sarah, would you rather have $1 billion or would you rather have 1 billion friends? Man, if you had 1 billion friends, you make more than $1 billion. So now my whole strategy is, what do I do to get in front of more people? Because I know I could help them. All right, Kim Wolf said, how did you describe frustration? Frustration is misguided enthusiasm. Frustration is something on the inside of you that wants to come out of you, and you don't know how. Like I said, pressure is a decision you want to make. That's from Tim Grover. Frustration is, man, I know I'm supposed to be playing bigger. Now, how much frustration do you have to take action? If you're part of the Monster Producer Coaching Program, do we need to pay $57? Yes, that's a special day, Jackie. Great question. That's a special one-day boot camp. Okay, how do I register from my phone? Just click on the link. Just click on the link and it should help you. Have there been moments you bet on yourself and it didn't work out? You better believe it, man. There have been moments in my life, not many, that I have taken action and it didn't work. But here's the deal. I win more than I lose. Thank the good Lord. I win more than I lose. I believe luck happens when you take action. Okay. I believe luck happens when you take action. Julie, he does. Connect with Eric White here in the chat. Okay. Eric White is in here. He can take care of you if you need help or just register on the link. Okay. I'm in. W. Paul Brooks, Tricia. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are going to have a great day, man. I'm going to go real deep on these concepts. Best way to beat procrastination. Procrastination is a form of perfectionism. Daryl, perfectionism breeds procrastination. I'm a person of action. If I think it, I do it. How can I monetize, Justin Start? Here's the deal. Monetization happens when problems are solved. Monetization is a direct result of you solving a problem with your talent for another person. If you solve enough problems, you're going to make enough money. Money is energy. It's all it is. It's paper. Like, right? Like this is just paper. This is paper. The more energy I circulate, the more paper I get. But it's just paper at the end of the day. That's what you got to remember. If you're not making enough money or monetization of a concept, then you're not circulating enough. How can I get out of a funk coming from divorce? Great question. Check out my book on confidence. What happens during divorce is we have an ending of something. There is a disorientation period, and then there's a new beginning. And the disorientation period is really confusing. You feel lost and disoriented, and you're low on confidence. So the way you come out of a funk is you get your confidence back. Go to work on the body, go to work on the mind, go to work on the heart, go to work on the spirit. And my two best books for bouncing back from divorce are This Ain't No Practice Life and Swag. Got to get your confidence back. Got to get your confidence back. Okay. How do you know what's missing in your daily practice? You know, Zach, only you know if you're clicking on every cylinder, folks. I know if I'm clicking on every cylinder or not. I know when my sleep routine is messed up. I know when I didn't get a good workout in. I know when I didn't get my spiritual peace in. I know when my confidence is not right. I know when I'm not in good relationship with my wife, that's affecting me or my kids. And so right now, I haven't spent enough time with my kids on this vacation because I've been working quite a bit. I'm trying to devote more time the next couple of days, and then maybe spend an evening with my daughter on Friday night, and that's bothered me. That's bothered me. So remember when I said success in one role doesn't justify failure in another role. I've got to spend more time with my son, my new son, but I have not got to spend enough time with my daughter while I've been here. Okay. Have I always been a dreamer? You know, for as long as I can remember, Linda, I had big dreams. I wrote a book called Small Towns and Big Dreams many years ago, uh, only to figure out some people in small towns didn't have big dreams. But I wrote the book because early at 15 years old, I started having a dream of being a coach. Then I wanted to be a famous coach. Then I wanted to be an author and speaker and best-selling author. Then I wanted to be an international thought leader in the world. Okay. Thank you, Tricia. Registered. Thank you, guys. So Ed Hooks, I appreciate you. Zach Price, thank you so much. Thank you for appreciating that about my family. Like I said, I work hard. I devote most of my life to helping other people. That does create, challenges for me sometimes. But it is part of my mission, and my wife's very understanding of that. But you got to do what you got to do, man. Delphine, thank you. I'm in. All right, so here's the deal. I want Eric White to post that link one more time. Thank you to all the people who committed to October 29th boot camp. I'm going to spend a full day with you. Tonight, I got you motivated. That word means to move. Inspire means to breathe life into. Okay, thank you, Sarah. I will tell my wife. Inspire means to breathe life into. The word motivate means to move. Now we got you motivated. October 29th, I'm going to teach you the methodology, and it will be very granular. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. The whole monster growth system. So you guys have got me excited about this October 29 event. I told my team in New York City, I was hesitant to do it. I said, man, I just don't know if I want to do it, but we're getting such good feedback. I'm so glad I committed to that. Okay. Say the quote one more time about satisfied. Satisfied needs never motivate people, only unsatisfied needs. Satisfied needs never motivate, only unsatisfied needs. Okay. So if you're satisfied, you become complacent. You're comfortable with what you have. You have no desire to have more. This is not a bad thing. I've studied contentment in the Bible. I've studied contentment and satisfaction at very high levels. I think you can be completely grateful while discontented at the same time. I think you can be very grateful for what you have, but want to have more impact in the world. So don't get conflicted about that, because I know there's a lot of conflict. It's like, man, I should be grateful. You should be grateful. I'm grateful every day, but that still doesn't mean I'm fulfilling my God-given potential to the maximum capacity. Okay. So I'm okay with grateful, but a little tension. Grateful, but I can do more. Grateful, but I can play at a higher frequency. Grateful, but I can help more people. That's my personal philosophy. How do I manage goal setting? How do I manage time? I don't think people have a time management problem. I think they got a confusion of time, and confusion is randomness in motion. Okay. You don't have clarity of where you're going or what's most important. So I get involved in a lot of what I call low value activity. I talk about this a lot in my coaching program is there's high value versus low value. A confusion of time is I just get involved in activity that don't produce anything. The purpose of the business is to produce a customer. I'm trying to hit a target every 30 days, folks. Doesn't matter how I get to the target, right, Ed? But it matters. I got to get to the target. So I set big targets. Thank you, Christy, for committing. And I push toward those targets every single day. I'm not interested in my potential. I'm committed to my potential. There's a big difference. Committed to my potential means, man, I got to do what I got to do. It don't matter if it's convenient or not. I don't listen to my feelings. Remember, my feelings are going to lead me wrong. I would offer when we have vision, it's amazing how much that difference for me. Coach has a vision. Thank you so much, Kelly. I do have a vision. My vision is to become the next Covey, to become an international thought leader, no different than John Maxwell or Tony Robbins or some of the great people you've studied, the great Wayne Dyer, who had a deep impact on me when I was coming up as a young basketball coach. So I want you to have that vision. Okay. Thank you, Peter O'Neill. E. White ain't going to let me miss it. That's right. E. White's doing a good job. Grabbed a couple of audio books. Thank you, Charles Wells. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much for that. All right, guys. Do you recommend focusing on one prey drive at a time? Here's what I would tell you, Heather. There's a primary driver for you, most likely. When I'm writing this book, one whole chapter is devoted to finding your primary driver. I actually am motivated by all 5 of the drivers, competition, fear of loss, exposure, environment, embarrassment. But I think for me, fear of loss is my primary activator. That could be fear of losing your talent, fear of losing your potential, fear of losing your status, fear of losing your mojo. Like the fear of losing something really, really motivates me. So you got to find your primary driver for you. It could be possible that you're motivated by all 5 of those. Okay, Kelly, thank you. Check that out. All right, folks, I'm going to shut it down for tonight. Thank you so much. It's 7:37. I always try to over deliver and give you some extra. You guys are awesome. When I looked on there today and saw 290 people registered, I'm like, dang, man, it's working. It's working. What we're doing is working. So let's keep doing it, right? So I'll see you on October 29th. If you got any questions, go to my website, coachburt.com. Thank you, Mike. Go to my website, coachburt.com. You can purchase the $57 link. All my retreats, all my boot camps, everything I got going on is there at coachburt.com. Click on events. Larry, thank you. Jimmy, Larry, Sarah, Becky, you guys are awesome, man. You made my night. Okay. I'm going to go spend time with the little units and enjoy the vacation. So God bless you. Everybody needs a coach in life. I'm honored tonight that you chose to spend your evening with me because I know you could have done anything. So it means the world to me, guys. You guys have a great night. coachburt.com. If you want to take action, click on events. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, and I've spent the last 28 years of my life activating the prey drive in people, first as a championship women's basketball coach and now a top business coach to some of the best performers in the world. I've learned the game, how to generate revenue, how to explain your services, how to follow up correctly, how to extract referrals, how to become a person of interest. All of this leads to new income for you, accelerated growth, and in essence, I activate the prey drive in you, that instinct to see something optically with the eyes or in the mind and have the guts and persistence to pursue it. Join me for a full day activating your drive, flipping your switch, teaching you how to become a monster producer, and that's a legendary creature that dominates the market.